There's a conspiracy going
There may
on, I
be a
guess.
conspiracy, dude. But first, we just start off with the intro, dude. Before we get into the hot shit, dude.
Okay. Hot takes, dude.
Yeah, dude. Mapes. I don't even think
All
it's
was
a hot
found
take.
here.
I think anybody that's
Also, you guys, if you guys
would agree.
haven't invested in night vision yet,
Yeah, dude.
you get some free night vision experience right now.
Yeah.
This is kind of sort of
But
what
you
night
get
vision
the
looks like.
fucking blur off the lights in the back, dude.
Right, dude.
Dude, the flares, dude.
Dude, it's just burning your tube that you paid $3,000 for.
Yeah, dude.
But
It's happening right now. Don't let that happen.
can't burn out a Psionics or an Opsin though.
You can't.
Can't.
That's true.
Can't burn out an ATN Therm. Can't burn that shit out. I don't know.
Well, you can.
Not because of exposure to light.
I mean, certain light.
If you shot it with a laze,
that motherfucker.
if you just lased it, dude. But I'd be more worried about my eyeballs than the fucking.
But it's still pos, dude.
Yeah, there's a bunch of possibilities.
At least Sith.
Right. Speaking of absolutes.
Yes. It's true.
We're totally.
But this is
in
absolutely
right
episode
now.
63.
Yeah, it is.
This
I
should
thought
be
it was.
a
I
podcast.
thought we had more eps than that.
I don't think we do, dude.
Well,
Now it's not absolute. That's what I get.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't
It's
know.
all
I don't know at what point. I'm not exactly 100% sure
are we
because
ever-
I thought
it
last
is
episode.
episode 63.
How on what premise?
Last episode was 62.
Yeah, but that could be
The
wrong
one
too.
before that was 61.
They could all be wrong.
The one
dude.
before that was
We
60,
technically never
59,
had a
58,
46th
65.
episode.
That is true.
So
But
technically,
they don't make a 46. Dude.
exactly.
So it is what it is. But we also still have the first podcast, not a podcast. It's technically
A
kind of
podcast,
still right, dude.
right?
You know,
Right.
so it wasn't counted as the numbered podcast,
But was a podcast
but it was a
nonetheless.
podcast.
In and of
We
itself,
still have
it was a
63
cast of the pod
podcasts.
variety. I would
You know,
argue.
So, but here
Every
we are.
5 we go live.
Every 5.
So
we
we're
go live,
63 right now.
dude. We're 63 right now. So next week
We've
is
been
64,
retired
and next
for.
week is
Well,
65,
not even
dude.
retired yet. You retire at 65, don't you? If you go all the way.
Yeah,
Damn, dude, we're not even retired from the pod yet.
we're not, dude.
Last app and 2 apps.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that to the people, letting all of the 7s of viewers down.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know. I'm worried about these hot takes that you have on Mr.
Hot takes.
Guns and Gear.
I-
I have a few
see-
hot takes on Mr. Guns and Gear
The
myself,
other thing is though,
but for unrelated reasons.
it's not even a hot take
Okay.
on the Mr. Guns and Gear.
Okay.
I don't
I didn't
think
see
it's-
it.
and I don't even think it's gonna be a hot take regardless.
Okay.
Except for the Glock suckers, dude. You know, such as yourself.
Is there a few? I don't even fucking like Glocks like that, dude. This is a different thing. It's a different situation.
But he did the review that I would actually just watch before you came.
Okay, I didn't even know it dropped, dude, because I don't subscribe to him because he's a Marty Daniels cuck.
Original review. Yeah, first one I've seen on the Glock 28, which is
I got a video out on the Glock 28.
the
Yes.
new
26, that's 380. Yes,
Yeah.
I was one of the first people to drop it because
I
we had them at the shop
shit.
fucking,
See
and we weren't supposed to release them, but we didn't know. So we already sold about 8 of them bitches.
nice. But did you do a fucking review fire?
No, I fucking, it was a little first look at, hey, this is what it is, it exists, fucking here's some
But you
news
did
about it.
firing tests with it, right? You took it
No,
out.
it was a new gun.
Mr. Guns and Gear.
Okay, right.
Did firing tests
Yes.
with it. Took it out on his
So did
private
fucking
range.
Short Shorts. The little James Reeve ass
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I watched that before you came by. And that was a piece of trash, dude.
What?
It was straight garb.
What?
The Glock 28.
What do you mean?
Every fucking first round, almost every time, stovepiped
Damn.
with regular ball. Then he went to some Norma shit, which was a defensive load, non-deforming defensive 380,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Should be hotter. The whole time he was getting fucking, it was barely kicking the brass out the whole time, right? First load in the mags, he was getting a stovepipe. And then he switched to the Norma defensive loads, which
Okay.
you think would be
I
loaded
have some of
hotter,
that.
right?
So I'm keeping the bodyguard.
Non-deforming, you know, just full metal jacket or whatever the fuck. It was
No, this is
full
a hollow
copper
point,
shit.
but it is some Norma shit, and it is
Yeah.
like fucking. It's good ammo.
Yeah.
It shoots good.
It was a non-deforming defensive load is what he was running, the Norma shit. So still a hotter load. In
Giggity.
every single round out of that mag, stovepiped. or failure to eject.
Sick. Glock reliability. Mad perfection right there.
So I'm thinking they're just using the fucking Glock 26 springs in the 28,
Well,
which is more than likely,
Lil
in
Lou,
my opinion. Yeah.
Lil Low Viscosity, as he's known on the streets, people,
Mhm.
purchased one.
Yeah.
Because he is a Glock sucker.
Yeah.
Anything that Glock does, they could do no wrong. And
Yeah.
shout out to Lil Lou by all means. But he loves himself a Glock.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Yeah.
A big black one.
Yeah.
Loves a big black Glock, regardless.
Now he bought a small
Even
black.
a little black Glock.
Yeah.
And they're not as represented as the other ones most of the time.
Most people don't talk about them, It's just...
Right. And, when you have them in your hand, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But the
fucking... you like the feeling of the smaller ones.
Right.
With
right.
the 26 and the...
Right.
43.
Well, it makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
So it's more...
So you'd rather feel the small black ones in your hands instead?
Right, because, at least I don't feel like I'm being outdone.
Yeah.
So...
For sure. Makes sense.
Plus, I have personality, I think. But the fucking...
Yeah.
But yeah, and he bought one, and I don't know that he put a bazillion rounds through it, but he shot a box or two, and he says he is in love with it.
Yeah.
He just loves it. He said there's 0 reeks. It's 100% rely. It's fucking, people don't know what they're missing, but he's one of those fucking 9mm guys.
Yeah.
Gross. But the fucking,
already lost cam.
Right. Shade. Well, but we still got the same night vision. Yeah. That's even more realistic night vision is what we got going on over there.
Really great fucking spot to stop too.
What?
Amazing.
What?
Fucking still image we had.
Dude,
But
still as fuck, boy. But yeah, so the little lube has purchased one, and I have myself, admittedly, a Glock 25 on order, which is the 19-sized 380, just because I have a bunch of 19s, because, it's just, you should have a 19, and so, I feel like you should have a bunch of 19s, and first one shot's gonna be but, I mean, it is probably the most ubiquitous, useful, practical, reliable, simple, easy to maintain, compatible, any of the ubbles overall, I think, of a firearm. And so, especially when you're talking Gen 3s or whatever, but either way, just overall. And so I've got a plethora, a myriad of 19s of all different generations and whatever. And some of them I built myself and other ones I bought. And I already have the 26. The 26 for a small gun is still a big gun, but it shoots like a big gun. So if I want to carry a small gun, I'll still carry a 26 because it is a bigger gun, but it's a small gun. It's just right on the cusp. But it's still a 9mm, and I could still put all the high cap stendos of the other 9mm guns in it. Where with the 380 you don't have that option. So. But I think it's a good niche. I think the Glock 28 and the Glock 25, which if you're unfamiliar, the Glock 28 is the Glock 26 size gun, but it's a 380, which has only been available in Mexico and Europe and other places where there's restrictions because of bullshit 922R gun law infringement, import, export nonsense. We couldn't have had them in the States because they were only made in these other countries. They were only made in Austria, and because it's a 380 and it didn't have certain features, it falls under kind of like the same category as the old Saturday Night Special guns or whatever that they were trying to ban because they were cheap, and most of the time they were little 380s or pocket rockets or shit like that. They were made out of pot metal. But they're really affordable. Anybody could get one. And even if it goes bang once, let alone a couple times, even intermittently, it's still a gun. And so a lot of people, were buying them and using them for whatever means, nefarious or not. And so it because of the 922R import shit, which is it's always the quickest and easiest thing to cut off the imports. So because... the way that they skew it, regardless, it doesn't matter because it's all bullshit either way. But like with the ammo or the fucking like, okay, oh, there's Russia and Ukraine and fucking, so now nobody gets 7.62 by 39, or the Obama '08 ban of the fucking 7.6 ammo, which was super cheap, and it was the poison bullet. It was AP-esque, but also like it tumbled really really well, and catastrophic wound channels and whatnot. And they banned the import of that. Thankfully, I have several spam cans just sealed, chilling, waiting for a rainy day. But regardless, and it was cheap back in the day too, dude. Like, it was exorbitantly cheap. Nobody had a 5.45. Nobody wanted a 5.45. There was an influx of like imports of the guns, the mags, the ammo, whatever, and you couldn't give it away because half the people fucking back then were like, we shoot people because they got curved magazines, and they didn't want the commie guns. And then even more so, obviously 7.62 by 39, and even to this day, is the most popular. And if you're gonna have one AK rifle, it should probably be that. So then the 5.45 shit was even more of a fringe, and obviously it came later. And there's not. I think the 5.45 is the better caliber probably overall. Yeah. But then I also argue with myself that I really love a good 30 cal rifle because it does punch through glass and car doors and brick walls and a lot of shit way better. And there's definitely a time and a place for that. But guns are heavier, ammo's heavier, mags are heavier, everything's heavier. You get less rounds for more weight. And it's not as flat shooting. That being said, though, when it gets to where it's going, and I've made hits at 600 yards with a Draco, you just have to know your holds. Because of the heavier projectile, it carries its inertia better. So when it does get there, it does what it's supposed to do still. But, either way, neither here nor there, getting off on a terribly tactical tirade yet again. But that's why the people come here. That's why they come here, is for those specifically, I think. Or they're just having a conversation amongst themselves in the comment section. This means nothing to... But yeah, so overall, that was super cheap ammo, the 7.6 shit, and it was really good ammo. Like, it was fighting ammo. And I think I have like 6 or 7. They're like 640 or 440 rounds. I want to say 640. 640 rounds. And they're in like paper, little 20, 30 round boxes inside the spam can. And I think they're 640 round cans. And I got like 6 or 7 of them of 7.6.
4,000,
What?
Solid 4,000 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I wish I had more, dude. Yeah. Like, literally back in the day, same thing with the Mosins. You could buy pallets of them, dude. You could buy crates of them, dude. You could arm 10 men for under $1,000 with guns and ammo, dude. It was like $80 in my day growing up for 440 rounds of 7.62 by 54R. And then you get the rifle for the same $80, if not less, if it was like janky. Yeah. And it's still serviceable. So, the old Mosin Nagant, or whatever. I don't know why I sounded French. It's a Russian rifle, but either way, like, it's a solid gun, dude. And as long as you don't have a super sticky bolt, as long as you got some halfway decent ammo, as long as it's zeroable and within spec as far as that goes, and you can shoot that gun, like that gun, I got a fucking, the last one I just bought, the only reason I bought it was because I got a decent price. And a decent price on a Mosin these days is $250. In my day, it was $60, $50, dude, because the guy liked you.
Man, calm down.
I'm just saying, dude. Fucking, it's not even that
back
long
in my day.
Well, used to walk both ways uphill in the rain, sleet, and snow to ski. But for real, like, seriously, you could walk into a gun shop, get a Mosin out of a 55-gallon drum for fucking $60 to $80, and get 440 rounds, which with a bolt action, especially a high recoiling bolt action, it's probably gonna last you a little while. Yeah. You're gonna go to the range, you're gonna shoot fucking 50 rounds in a session, tops most of the time, shooting a gun like that. I mean, I'll shoot it all day, have fun, but like most normal people don't even fucking shoot their shit. They would have been like, oh, well, I just need a couple boxes. Do you guys sell it individually? Yeah. And so,
how much for one round?
Right. Well, that's when you have to start asking questions. Yeah. Because I think there's a liability at that point. But
who's the target?
Right. But the idea though is that like there's a lot of people that did buy those fucking guns and take advantage of those prices, and maybe they are sitting on fucking 10, 20 fucking Mosins, dude.
Yep.
Which would be sick. I got like maybe 5 Mosins.
How much were fucking SKSs back in the day?
They were like the same price.
And
the ammo was dirt cheap. You couldn't fucking give the ammo away, dude. And it was everywhere.
Now how much are fucking it was cheap. Russian SKS is selling for now?
They've peaked over 1,000. You used to be able to buy them for like $50, $80, $100. Like in today's day and age, if you're getting an SKS for $500 or less, like you stole it. Yeah. No matter what it is, whether it's a Serbian or an AK or not an AK, a Norinco, a Chinese, especially a Russian, and depending condition. But like and those are great guns. I would not feel undergunned in a fucking gunfight. And I wouldn't fucking put no Tapco bullet. It works in Tarkov, but in real life, leave it the way the fuck that it comes, and just get some strippers or fucking feed them in one by one, whatever you gotta do.
My Tarkov SKS build hurts me.
Why is that?
Just because it's an SKS, and why am I doing this?
It's sick. It's a good round. It's accurate.
Yeah,
you still got high cap
the fucking SKS. And putting the Tapco stock, the Tapco mags, the fucking PS320 fucking scope on the top.
Maybe they know more than we do, and the dudes with
X400 on the side of the motherfucker.
And the fucking Tapco Bubbafied SKS, dude, they're gonna fucking rule it because they don't give a fuck, dude. They have nothing to lose, those guys. So they're probably more willing to put it all out on the line. Yeah. Because could you imagine getting head-eyes to IRL by a fucking Punisher skull-wearing Tapco SKS, dude, with like cargo shorts on? Could you imagine just getting fucking right now wearing a
fucking Adam Calhoun shirt with fucking
oh my god, I should shoot you for that
right now.
I didn't even realize, dude. You would.
I know.
You would.
It hurts me.
I'd burn it.
Yeah. But it's a shirt. Ain't got no holes in it yet.
You got enough fucking shirts. You don't need that one.
Oh, my shirt's got holes in them and shit. It's a problem. From the fucking shop, from rabbits and
Kyle
and
has
shit,
holes. Kyle has so many holes in his shirts from carrying the fucking Beretta that I gave him. Shout out to DPMS and Lock Grips. Yeah. So I gave him the DPMS recoils because he's on the team Terribly Taxed.
Yeah.
And so he got hooked up with for his competition gun, which now he shoots a Smith & Wesson MP, so it doesn't even matter. But that was his carry gun for the longest time, which was a full-size Beretta. Yep. And he would be talking shit left, right, and center about, I'm the only one that carries a full-size gun. It's an all-metal frame, hammer-fired, and but, like, I would call him out all the time because his shirts literally looked like there was an army, a battalion, a regime of moths that just attacked him over a long period of time. And he's just got and it's from rubbing on the Lock Grips, G10 grips, which shout out to Lock Grips, and shout out to DPM Systems, Recoil Springs, and all that shit. Sponsors the team Terribly Tactical. They make awesome products. Check them out. I don't get none for it, but the link should be in the description box below. But like it would shred up his shirts. And, like, literally to the point where, like, you could see the gun, the holster, and his ass crack through the fucking holes in the shirt. And it was like, dude, get some new shirts, bro. And so instead of getting new shirts, he did get some new shirts because he had to at that point. Like, they were literally, you couldn't wash a dish with the fucking, it looks like a fucking old cobweb in a corner the way they would. Yeah. But now, he's, out of all people, carrying a Glock 19. And he says that it's to cut down on the money that he's spending on replacing his shirts. I think it's because he's gay.
Yeah, it must be.
But yeah, that's a 43X, dude. All the cool kids are doing it. So the 19 is old news. What are you, a bud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
Just hate on everybody else for fucking carrying blocks. Yeah.
What, dude? Shout out Lucas Bakken and T-Rex Arms. Dude, you can't even see it, but it's a pretty good rig. And I'm not even trying to cheat on Harry like that, but Harrison, you need to make holsters for guns that have lights. Oh, it looks like a freaking lightsaber. And well, he makes them for dots, but guns with lights and comps and different shit. Because there is a market. Like, there is a market. Yeah, the lights for sure. I could with the comp is whatever. I'm just being extra. And shout out to Faxon for the barrel and the comp. But
I'll cut out the front if I want to put a comp on it, but like at least give me a light bearing fucking holster.
Right, we do need some light bearing holes, dude. We do. Let's actually pull that up. Let's get on the Harry's holes because I'm hearing from several people that he's discontinued some mods, dude. Or that they're out of stock. There's the Icon, dude. There's the new revised Icon, which I've had for like over a year at this point. I've also had the A.R.A mag carrier that I wasn't supposed to say anything. I don't know when he released it. I wasn't doing a video on it because I was told not to say anything. But like apparently it's out now. I don't know how long it's been out. He's mad because I didn't do a vid yet. Shout out to Harrison though. But okay, so the inside the ways of the IWB, the Icon 2.0, okay, went up in price. The Singleton, that's an old one. The Dirk, I've had that. The Shorty, the Infiltrator, okay. So click on the Shorty, I guess, because it's a 43X. It looks like, and they're all cut for dots, which is sick.
Yep.
But none of them. There's no light bearing options.
You can get your Hellcat holster.
Oh Jesus, Harrison!
You can't get a fucking holster for an X300.
Well, I think the whole idea behind the comp and their designs is minimalist carry because I think that's what they do best. Because that Icon rig for the fucking J-frame, you don't even know that it's there. The same thing with the 43 or the 43X holsters or the Shield Plus holsters. The discrete carry concepts clips literally cannot be overbent, I don't think, because if I carry a holster with metal clips, I find a way to bend them to where it's not a holster anymore, and I've never had that with the discrete carry shit. You can get the wings, you can get the whatever. It's high sight channel cut, it's red dot cut, it's everything you need, nothing you don't. So, and I would argue, playing devil's advocate or, both sides for fools or whatever, that most people do not carry a light on their gun.
Most people are wrong.
Most people also don't even carry their gun. Yeah. So, which is a problem. Carry your fucking guns, people. All the time. Everywhere. Regardless. But,
well,
what?
In my eyes,
okay,
even if they're in the idea of everything you need, nothing you don't, minimalist carry, right? With most people, even if they do carry their gun, they have their pistol, that is their EDC, is also going to be their bedside gun. They're going to take it off at night. They're just going to set it on the fucking nightstand or even on their dresser in their bedroom. That's where it's going to sit. And if something goes on in the middle of the night, that's what they're fucking grabbing first.
See, there is some truth and validity to that, but like a dude like
that
me,
point,
I get home. This is just a carry gun.
Are you most people?
No, but it probably should be. But like this, it's got a dot, it's got a light, it's got a comp, it's got a match grade barrel. So like this is set up to do the dance in the dark and whatever I need to do any hour of the day. It's a little lower on capacity than I'd like, but for a slim, small-ish carry gun, it works out. And I always back it up with a few spare mags and whatever. You know, I got one in the pocket, an extra one in the bag.
And go to bed and you got 6 fucking bedside guns.
Right. So like, my biggest issue is figuring out which one I'm going to shoot their punk ass with.
You are not the average person.
But I feel like, the way that I'm looking at it is like, obviously I work behind the counter at a gun shop, which apparently is not a real career or a job or anything. I'm not doing anything.
How dare you?
I'm not doing anything for anybody or trying to help
nothing with your life, bro.
Or
nothing with your life, dude.
Just everything I love and get paid for it. Yeah. No. See, if you never grow up, you can't get old. So
all the haters,
they love. Dude, I'm just so many like rooms rented for free. Yeah. I just get to stay. I got like an all season pass or whatever. But
and apparently me working behind the counter at a reptile shop, helping to educate people who are literally giving out degrees in
you
veterinary.
Don't even do that anymore, dude.
And
you don't even do that anymore.
Fucking
That's
veterinary work, and fucking helping teachers out, helping vets out with reptiles.
With their reptile dysfunction.
Yeah, dude. It's not a real job either.
No, it's not a real job, dude. How dare you be passionate and knowledgeable about like a niche subject or something, and then fucking exercise that to
this motherfucker's
live
probably
your life.
Working at a fucking insurance company or some shit.
No, I think he's a cop, and I think that's why he's mad, because I told him about himself and his tyrannical jackbooted.
That's a real career.
That's a real career, dude. You can go get
upgraded hall monitor. You know? That's a real career, bro. It's a real career.
Never set to stun either.
No,
straight
never.
to killing you and your family because you like blew a stop sign or something. Yeah. But either way, I've told Harrison this, and Harry, I love you, dude. You're an awesome dude. You make awesome shit. I legitimately will stand up and spread the good word of Harry's Holsters until the cows come home. But
I might buy one if you make a light bearing.
But also, like, you do need. First of all, where's my 1911 holster?
That too.
Now I need one for a P2000 and fucking some other shit. And for real, there should, especially, like, I could understand. I mean, the popularity of the Glock 43X MOS or the 48 MOS alone. Everybody's running dots, but the MOS version of the 43X and 48 also has a rail. And because of Streamlight, shout out to Streamlight, the TLR7 or 8, whatever, the micro, the subs, the whatever they are, they're the tiny ones meant for the smaller guns. They're super popular because it is a smaller light. It doesn't add that much weight or bulk per se, and it can definitely be accomplished. And yeah, is this a bigger holster and situation than this? And this is even for a 19.
It's for 17.
That's for a 70?
That's a 17.
Okay, well, it fits 19 with what?
With a threaded barrel.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, and I love the idea of a small, minimalist holster because, like, this is a hard piece of plastic that you shove inside your pants every day. Yeah. And so, depending on what you're doing, what you're wearing, how you're sitting, if you're moving around or not, whatever, like, it can be uncomfortable. Yep. But carrying a gun is supposed to be comforting, not comfortable, so get over it. But if you could have both, why not? With the Harry's holsters, dude, every single Harry's holster, no matter what size or what gun it's for, it's been literally the most comfortable holster I've ever worn. That being said, I have no option if I wanted to carry with a light, with a comp, whatever. They're cut for dots, which is good. And they are also open on the sight channel. So if you're using, because you're running a dot, co-witness suppressor height sights, it's not going to snag. It's going to, whatever. And that's great. But just a little bit. It doesn't even have to be that much, dude. You could still sneak that light in there. You could have it open bottom. You could have, which it basically already is because it's like a one-piece clamshell kind of thing. And it's definitely doable. But, I mean, it's his company. He does what he wants. And obviously he's successful in doing what he's doing. And I'm all about it.
But you're still doing it wrong.
But I think that you should add some light-bearing options to the lineup, dude, because I think you'd have a lot more business.
I understand having to redesign everything for fucking different lights and everything. Just take the most popular,
Right. Glock 43X with a TLR7 sub. Same for the 48. Streamlight TLR1 HLs. Shit. And fucking Surefire X300s and Glocks.
X300s just on everything.
Yes. And once you have the light, which you should have these lights anyway, and I'm sure you do. Yeah. Now I see what you're talking about with the bump in the tape.
Yeah. Like every time after the podcast, I come in the next day and fucking readjust the desk.
I'm sorry that I've adjusted your desk in such a severe manner.
The thing is, I already have a limited amount of space over here.
You've got more space over there than I have over here.
Bullshit.
No, because there's like a buffer
zone.
Grab
the measuring tape. Geets. Grab the measuring tape. You don't give a fuck about the geets. What are you talking about?
I care all about the
geets,
dude. I'll play a geet right now, dude. You don't. But yeah, dude, Harrison.
Infringing on my space,
dude. This is my stew.
Bullshit.
The fucking...
You're only in here because I gave you a key.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Come back later when you're sleeping. The fucking...
I'll change the locks.
Not in that time.
Yeah, dude.
Nah.
Give me about 5 minutes, I'll get them all changed.
I'll call the cops because you'd be driving and drinking.
How? I ain't need to go nowhere.
You don't have extra locks on hand like that.
I don't need extra locks, dude.
How you gonna change the locks without extra
locks, dude? Yeah, dude.
I've been watching The Lockpick Lawyer way too much.
Ways, dude.
You don't have any ways.
I got ways, dude.
You don't even have the app on your phone. Shut your mouth.
I'll go fucking change the lock in the back door right now.
Because you have a spare lock, dude.
No,
I've already previously changed the lock because it didn't get the best engaged, dude. Nah, you got them.
Nah, dude.
They're hanging out still.
Nah, dude.
He's got every single lock ever.
The only other fucking locks we had was we had a fucking different key for every fucking door.
Yeah, which is obnoxious.
Extremely.
How do we get onto locks? Shout out to Lock Grips. But the fucking...
This is my stew, dude.
It's my stew, dude.
I'll lock you out of it.
Listen, that door doesn't even fucking lock.
Lock grips. It does lock.
It doesn't.
It does.
Nah, it doesn't.
You can punch through it.
The lock, saying it locks is just futile because it doesn't matter if it locks or not.
Well, locks only keep the fucking...
Oh, you're saying I'm dishonest? So, yeah. I'm a bad guy, you're saying?
Apparently, if you're just going to...
Then why'd you give me a
through
key?
My locks, dude?
No, just if I had to. Because you're the one talking about entrapping me and locking me in and
out of my home.
Yeah, what the fuck? What did I ever do to you? So. But either way, the moral to the story is, Harrison, you need to make light-bearing holsters, please.
Yes.
And you need to make a Glock 26 holster. And I'm still waiting on that 1911 holster.
Yes, make a 26
and no.
Shade.
That's what I'm saying.
How?
Everybody's demanding the 26 holster and he refuses. He says there's not enough market for it. I don't know. I mean, I assume he knows better than I am. Just a mere plebiscite.
But how do you know, how does he know there's not a market for it?
I mean, I'm telling him every day that there's a market for it.
How's he figuring out the fucking market?
One of my...
If he doesn't sell it, dude.
One of my... Well, because you could Google it, all of it. But, like, one of my super consistent popular vids is on the Glock 26. It's the most versatile Glock you can buy, I think. But, either way, excellent holsters. If you don't carry a light on your gun, or if you're carrying a small gun to where you can't even really mount a light to it, or anywhere in between, because he's got a bunch of stuff. He's also got some competition rigs, and typically, depending on your division, you're also not running a light. But he does make excellent shit.
He's getting fucked up.
I totally...
cursor on this screen as well.
Crazy. I totally stand behind any one of his fucking holsters, dude. Or the fucking mag pouch, or anything. Like, it's good quality shit. Like, I have zero qualms about it.
Big Iron, coming soon.
What is that?
I don't know. I said the waistband holster. I don't fucking know.
That better be for fucking 1911, dude. I was talking about some big iron, dude. Oh my goodness. None of those are big iron, dude. Those are little irons, dude. That's little aluminum, dude. What are you talking about, dude?
Even especially on the CZ, bro.
What is going on?
The actual fucking steel you get is tiny, dude. Can't get a hold of it.
It's like a limited holster.
Yeah,
it's low cut. It's quicker out of the holster. But yeah, dude, the fucking... We need light-bearing rigs, dude. Yes. And we need that fucking 1911 holster, and we need the fucking... We need a HKP 2000 holster, and we need a Glock 26 holster, and we need all of the holsters, dude.
Give me a 19 with an X300, and I'll buy a holster for me finally.
He won't still use my link, but, like...
No.
That's fine. Go back to the little Dirk, dude. OTF 300 GB. The Dirk, dude. What options do we have, dude? Dude, we don't have the fucking Smith & Wesson Bodguard, bro. Shade.
Glock 42 LCP 365. What the hell, Cat?
The GX4. I had one for a GX4, dude.
Yeah.
But I sold it with the GX4 because I couldn't trust the GX4. I wanted to love that gun so much, the Taurus GX4. Yeah. It took Glock sights. It was smaller than the Glock, held more rounds than the Glock. It shot really, really nice, low bore axis, quality made, and it just delay fired. And you can't have that on any gun, especially one that you trust with your life. Yeah. But it carried so nice, dude. The texture, they're really doing excellent work.
It could be acceptable on a muzzle loader, you know?
Yeah, but that's where I draw the line. If it's not muzzle-loaded or fucking cap and ball or flint and steel or fucking a flintlock, whatever the fuck, like, that is to be expected. Yeah. But if it's a center-fire, modern striker-fired pistol in 9 milliliters... Because it literally, and it was only like a split second, but it was enough to where like the gun or the sights like would have been like moved potentially, or it'd be like click, and then you're already like, what the fuck, and then or what, you know. So it's not cool. Supposedly they're fixed. There's a bunch of people that have bought them and used them. I thought about buying another one and testing it out, but like it's really at this point, like I'm just never. It's just I'm not. The bare minimum for me is a Glock pistol. And that I look down upon, not in like a snooty way, but like it's not, there's nothing that excites me about this other than the fact that it works and it's simple. But like it has no character, it has no.
Other than literally before we started recording the podcast, I really like this thing. It's pretty great. Like it's cool, and it's just I don't know what it is.
Well, that's because for first of all, this is far from a stock Glock pistol.
It's still a Glock, dude.
Right, but like it's
a Glock is a Glock, dude.
Optimized.
It's a Glock, dude.
It's Glocktimized.
It's a fucking Glock, dude.
It's a glizzy, dude.
It's a Glock, dude.
Yeah, but like it's got it's a
Glock.
Sick ass rig for it.
The block, dude. That means for the streets.
All right, so I got the Streamlight TLR 7 sub, 500 looms. I got a Faxon match grade barrel, Faxon Exos comp. Shout out to Faxon for sending it out. I got the Crimson Trace, also known as the Crummy Trace, 1550, but it's been working out for me. I've got Ameriglow night sights. I think these are the Troopers or something of the sort. And I'm just running factory stock 10-round mags, 10+1 in the first one, and then obviously backed up by a spare 10-rounder. So I don't trust the Shield Arms mags. I've seen issues with them. I'd rather have 10 for sure than 15 maybes. But for what this is, the gun does shoot really soft. It shoots bigger than it is. It carries smaller than it is. And it's just convenient. It's more of a lazy thing than anything because I still have a capable fighting pistol as far as the size and the sight radius and whatever, but the capacity even. But it bothers me, though, that, like, it is kind of redundant and pontificates upon itself because much like everybody, they want the smallest gun they can get with the highest capacity, but then they will also want the dot, the light, the comp, and then they make it into a bigger gun. Like, there really is not a practical reason why I can't just carry a 19 or a 17. Mm-hmm. I used to carry the 5.7, dude. It's even a bigger gun, but it's lighter. But there's just something about this gun in its configuration that does turn me on because it is so utilitarian because I'm taking the bare minimum that I believe will work no matter what all the time when I need it, and then I'm trying to optimize it for what I might need it for. And so it being a smaller gun, the comp helps it shoot flatter and softer, so that allows me to shoot more accurately quickly, which I might have to do. The dot gives me night fighting capabilities, especially out to distance, and perhaps a little bit more precision at that. But I also still have the iron sights, these steel sights that are tritium, and I can see in the dark as well. I've got the fucking the white light. Most bad shit happens in the dark. You can't shoot what you can't see. The match grade Faxon barrel in there allows you to shoot reloads basically, or just non-jacketed 9mm, which with a because it's traditionally button rifled, but with a regular Glock, polygonal or hexagonal barrel or whatever, you're not supposed to shoot exposed lead. And then two, it's match grade, so I do eke out a little bit more accuracy potential out of it. So it's a small, tiny, stupid gun, but for what it is, it's very capable if used properly. and it is less of a hindrance for me to carry that, even though it's a big small gun, but it's still a small gun. I have that all the time, no matter what, and it does give me more than a 5-shot snub in the pock, or it does give me more than even a Glock 19 with no light on it and iron sights, or whatever. So, and the capacity, to me, being a revolver guy, being a 1911 guy, it doesn't really bother me whatsoever, because I just carry spare mags and ammo. Like, it's fine. I can reload a pistol. But at the same time too, like, I get it, like, especially in today's day and age, these times that we live in, it's more than one dude.
Yeah.
And it goes back to, like, this could be used as a this could double as a home defense gun and a carry gun, because I have night fighting capabilities. I've got, iron sights are mandatory. They're a necessity. The dot is a nicety. I think 10 rounds, and I hate to even say this because it makes me cringe on the inside, because you should have as many fucking rounds as you desire. But for average, if we're going off average statistics, 3 yards, 3 seconds, 3 shots, whatever the fuck it is, most civilian encounters, you'd be good with a 5-shot snub. I'm already over double that with, most would argue, a more shootable package. So, and I got a spare mag that's way quicker to get the gun gassed up again, as opposed to, one at a time with a snub or a speed strip or a speed loader. So, either way, everything is a pro, everything is a con, and it's all about the balance for you, and it's different for each individual. But I by no means also feel undergunned with a 5-shot snub and a speed loader or a speed strip in the pock or whatever. But I mean, it's all relative. You can't hang a light off of a snub, but you could have a laser grip, which basically acts as your red dot, and whatever the fuck. So there's ways around everything, but I think these guns do offer a really good compromise. And the biggest thing that I like, the little micro compacts or whatever you want to call them these days, is it's getting my most favorite part about it is it's getting more people to actually carry a fucking gun.
Yeah.
And even still, even without the dot, the light, the comp, all that shit, it's bigger than the 365 or the fucking Socialist Armory Smellcat or the GX4 or even the Shield Plus with the flush round 10 round mag, because it's the same grip height as this with the 13 rounder in there. And so it's basically the biggest version of all these micro compacts that holds the least amount of rounds. And so when you're talking to a person that's not a Glock person, that turns them off, because you're like, oh, I could get this, and it's way smaller and it holds the same amount of rounds, if not more, for the size. But there's something to be said about having that full-size grip that does make the gun infinitely more shootable in most cases for most people. So everything's a trade-off. I love the Shield Plus. Don't get it in 30 stupid carry, please. But the 9mm one is awesome, and I'm probably going to end up with one of those as well, unless I could maybe find a slide and it's the same thing, and I don't even know. But I do like the gun. I think it points better. It's got better texture. It's got a better trigger. It's more ergonomic. It's probably made better because it's stainless steel with a finish, with a so either way. But the thing about the Glocks is they're everywhere. They just work. They're proven. So you can't, for me, for a micro compact pistol, it's the 43X or the Shield Plus, period. There is no other option. Fuck a Socialist Armory on principle, regardless. Same thing with the SIG, because they're literally dangerous. And the Taurus obviously I've had issues with, and fucking there's really nothing else. You're talking about old school single stack pistols, which I don't have a problem with.
I fucking love the 365, dude.
Everybody really loves it, dude.
They're
in love with it.
I really wanted to, bro. It shot so great, man.
Why would you want to like it?
As far as shooting,
I don't think they shoot that good. I'm a good shot. Like, I can shoot it, but like, the trigger's mushy as shit. The gun feels fucking cheap. I don't get it.
When I shot 365, the one time I did, right? I was shooting accurate as hell, and the recoil was almost non-existent for me, right?
Okay.
That size of gun especially.
Okay.
But I just can't with those thin ass fucking grips on it, dude.
Yeah, you basically
With the
break
thin ass fucking frame. I feel like if the mag wasn't in there, I could just grab it and crush that mag.
Yeah. Same thing with the
just
GX4.
break it.
Same thing with the if you. I can squeeze this to where it's literally like it's literally like twisted, dude.
Yeah.
It's twisted as shit. I'm not even trying that hard. Like this is like a grip that I would have on the gun when I'm shooting it, and it's just got the mag in there. But like this is like right on the cusp where it's like thick enough to where it'll flex, but it'll maintain its shape. But like on the GX4 or the 365 or the Smellcat, I could probably break it.
Yeah.
Just from gripping it.
Yep.
And that I do not like.
No.
So,
I mean, just the fact that just holding it to try to drop the mag,
right?
And the mag wouldn't drop because my fingers were on the shit. The frame was flexing so much, the mag would not drop. Just from me holding it. I couldn't do it. Like, that's a no-go.
But that's not even most people don't even have that issue with the gun because they're not shooting it properly to begin with or holding it tight enough or whatever.
Well, most people are fucking pansies.
Right,
so.
Which is unfortunate. And those are the weak men that breed our hard times that we're living in.
Most people have difficulty fucking crushing a can. You know,
like a little fucking splinter or
yeah,
something.
Exactly.
Paint flaked off.
Yeah.
But so that's the thing though. But and again, most of these people that are buying these carry guns aren't even fucking carrying the guns. Which is one thing I will admit, dude. Yes, it's way easier to carry a smaller gun all the time than a bigger gun.
Then buy a smaller gun and fucking carry it.
Right. And so if that's what you got to do, then just fucking do it. It's fine.
Or be a man.
It's fine.
Carry a Draco under your trench coat.
Right.
Come on, guys.
Come on, pussy. But it works, dude. It works. Yeah. I'd rather you have a 5-shot snub or an LCP every day, all the time, everywhere, than a fucking full-size USP-45 or a 1911 or a Glock 17 or a 19 that you leave at home most of the time. Because it does you no good unless it's a home defense situation. And even at that point, does it have a light on it? You know, if you do have some kind of dumbass laser shit on there, is it zeroed? Does it have plastic sights on it that might chip and fall off in the middle of a gunfight because you dropped the shit because everything's going crazy? You know, shit like that. Like a lot of people don't even think, they look at it as just an expense. Yep. They don't look at it as an investment. Yep. And that's the problem, dude, is you can't look.
Well, it's the idea. I have a gun, I'm safe.
Right.
That's not how that works.
It's the great talisman, dude. If you just buy it, you take it home. You don't even keep the ammo next to it because it might just shoot somebody on its own.
And you put the ammo in the separate safe and the mag in the separate safe.
Right, just to be extra, the tertiary safe, just to be extra
as safe as possible, right?
Right.
Safety is all that matters.
That's what the government said.
That's why you have a gun, is for safety, right? Safety and security. Right. Which is why you need to be as safe as possible. Take the slide off
at all times.
Barrel in this safe. Slide in this safe.
Right.
Recoil spring in this
garbage
safe.
Because you're never going to shoot it, so you don't need that.
Yeah.
But
fucking even remove the mag release.
Yeah.
Toss that in a fucking Ziploc bag in the kitchen cabinets.
Right.
Fucking so nobody knows where it's going.
Make
to
sure
be,
it's accessible to the children.
Though. Yeah. I mean that part's fine.
Especially like the little springy thing because it's like on the edge of a door.
Yeah.
Like a cat or a dog would play with. Exactly. I also played with as a child. Yes. I was like spring. Just keep that. Just duct tape it to the door, maybe.
Yeah.
People still have those, or have they? Like, you know how you'd see like in like a professional building, it's more of like a chunky rubber thing and it doesn't make the annoying noise.
Yeah. I've seen more so recently door handle stoppers instead.
What do you mean?
Where they'll have like a little rubber puck on the wall, a thin rubber puck on the wall, where the door handle would contact and stop it instead. Or they just have the fixed fucking door stoppers at the bottom, to where they're not the little spring,
or it's like got the metal bent arm thing that's like hydraulicized, and it slows it down.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't know how.
You got all kinds of door stopping options.
You're right.
Now you ever have door kicking options.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. also have those.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna kick a door, it might be dark, which means you need a light, which means, Harrison, you need to make light-bearing holsters.
Yes.
Moral to the story. But
should also kick that door through Solomon.
I do truly think it's a good idea. Yeah. I do truly think that he makes an excellent product. So if you don't care about the lights or the whatever else, I have probably like 20 fucking Harry's holsters, and yeah, I get them for free. Yeah. But I would be saying this whether I paid for them or not. Like, I do actually love them. The only reason this is not a Harry's holster is because he doesn't make a configuration for it. And it was the T-Rex Arms, which is also another dude that I definitely support. Or as a fucking Bravo concealment for the 26. And we all know how that works out. It's good for like the first like 2 months, and then it cracks. And it doesn't. It's just injection molded. It's a shame, too, because Bravo Concealment back in the day used to make excellent holsters out of actual Kydex for even a super wide variety of guns. And now they just make it for all the most popular stuff. And
it's that place that's like semi-local.
Bullshit. Does Rhino, Black Rhino Concealment. Yeah. And they will do custom shit. You can set up an appointment and take them whatever fight, which I'm almost probably going to do because I ordered through the Range Prog. Yeah. Which means we get it at cost. Because I probably shouldn't even be saying this. No. But
nobody watches this.
Right. But so we are ordering guns for the range rental program, which means we get them at the special range program price because they're going to be used and abused on the range all day. Yeah. And so I'm getting a 329 PD, which is a scandium frame titanium cylinder 44 Magnum. That weighs 25 ounces.
Oh, man.
It's going to be great on the trails. It's going to be great on the trails. Well, those are illegal now per the ATF.
Oh, yeah.
But the fucking, we'll just put a stock on it. Yeah. But the fucking, we should actually.
Those are them shoulder braces.
We should pull up. It's pretty, I've shot them before.
Yeah.
It's very violent. It's very violent. It does hurt. You honestly could, like, if you were elderly.
Yeah.
And like tried to hold on to it, you might break a bone.
Or you got like some calcium deficiency or something.
Right, right. You just don't drink enough milk, which milk is gross. Look up.
Which supposedly, apparently, according to something I read recently, milk does not actually help to increase bone density.
We've been lied to the whole time, just like carrots don't help you see better.
Exactly.
It was a fucking wartime propaganda to push the fucking...
Precisely.
Fucking motherfuckers.
Yeah, dude.
I believe it.
Nothing to do with bone density or bone strength.
So, but I mean, there is calcium in milk, though, right?
Yeah.
Which does help with bone strength and structure.
I think what it came down to is how that calcium is actually processed inside of your body, and then the way that it is delivered in milk, it cannot actually be broken down in the proper ways to be utilized by your body.
It's all a facade.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It's all been lies, dude.
It's all been lies, dude.
All lies, dude.
It's all, from day one, it's been lies.
I checked my milk to be big and strong.
Right.
Now I understand why I'm not.
Super tiny and weak, he said.
Yeah, dude. Now I understand I'm only 5'10" and shit.
He's a neem. See, I never drank milk, and that's why I'm as big as I am, dude. I'm just out here because, like, fuck milk. Like, I'll have milk in my cereal because I'm a normal American person, or I think I would just a normal human being. Do people in other cunts not put milk in their cereal?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay, well, I would hope so. Yeah. But
it's just Canada gets it out of the bag.
Right, which it seems far more cumbersome than it's worth, honestly. Yeah. But...
now you're using two different products to dispense your milk with,
right.
Not just the...
It would honestly be probably a more clean extraction through the udder itself.
Yeah.
And more organic. You got to worry about the GMOs and the BPAs from the plastic bag. I only used Nalgene. It's BPA free. But, yeah, dude. The fucking... I don't know, man. The fucking whole thing about it, though, is that I'm still waiting on a 1911 holster for my We're circling back like Jen Sox. Yeah. But the fucking, so either way though, I have to piss like a motherfucker.
Same.
But we'll be right back. Mapes. Who knows?
Nah, we're at almost an hour. It's fine. Now they won't know, at least now they won't know what you just had to add to the notes, dude. You're not giving anything away now.
We already told them though.
We didn't though.
We did.
When, dude?
Earlier in the podcast.
When did you mention it earlier in the pod?
We definitely. No, I didn't.
Nah, that was before the pod.
Yeah, that was the previous pod. That wasn't really a pod. It was an off-the-cam pod. They have no idea.
No clue.
Coming soon to a Terribly Tactical Channel near you.
Conveniently, tactically pressed the wrong button.
Right.
Yeah.
Which works out.
It was an accident.
Not all the time, though. Doesn't usually always work out.
No, usually not. At least I noticed
in most circumstances.
At least I noticed before we actually did anything, though.
Right.
You know,
because
it was literally just us sitting there for like a minute of like nothing being said, other than this one thing that really they just need to wait for it. You know.
They're preying on my downfall, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's just funny though, dude. It really is funny because like. If, and this is just unrelated, but like if a lot of these people were to see it through my eyes,
yeah,
I think they'd be impressed. You know, like I think. But regardless,
dude, what is with all the haters recently?
Dude, I don't know, dude. I think people have their ass hurt because they didn't show up to iGold and they don't like getting called out for it.
Be what it is,
or fucking. And I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I don't even know. Apparently, it sounds almost like this dude. He's either been a follower of the channel for a long time or knows me personally. And either way, if you have an issue, you sound like you know where to find me, motherfucker. I'm right behind the counter, bitch. Come and see me. Yeah. So, talk about kicking doors and shit.
Both of us, shit.
Right, for no reason. You didn't even do anything.
I'm
like guilt by association, dude.
I know that I don't do shit,
but
I don't even have a job.
It's regardless.
Come at me.
He's out here, dude. He's around all the time.
The one fucking guy was trying to tell me fucking that being a stay-at-home parent is a real job. That's a real career. That's hard work. And I'm like, nah, it ain't. It really ain't though.
So why are you always bitching like you're tired?
I am tired sometimes.
Of what,
bro? Fucking life, dude.
Dramatic. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation. But fucking like, what are you doing, dude, with your life? Also, I apologize to everybody with earphones in right now. Or headphones.
Limiter works.
Yeah, regardless, it's still loud and fuzzy, probably.
Just sounds like shit.
Right. But yeah, dude, the fucking, what were we even talking about, dude? The fucking haters. We can't. Well, fuck the haters, dude. I mean, it's not even worth talking about.
But it's still funny though.
Dude,
I find shit hilarious.
The gun law guru's a hater, dude. He's big mad. Yeah, he knows he's big mad, dude.
That's true. Dude.
And so is the fucking guns and grifters, dude. They're all big mad, but they won't acknowledge me.
No,
because they know that it only makes them look worse, which is fine because I also know that. But, like, I'm going to bait him. But, like, it's not even, like, I'm not even trying to be, like, a Skanky Marshall kind of fucking instigating. I'm literally just calling them out for their hypocrisy because nobody else does it. And I don't think that I'm some fucking knight in shining armor or I'm doing the fucking Lord's work or I'm just like, yo, you say you are this, but then you act like you're that. And what are we supposed to believe? And you have all these people fucking following and groveling like, oh, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Thank you so much for all that you do. What the fuck
are we supposed to believe? What you tell us or what you show us?
Right.
Because those are two different fucking things.
And per
what I actually see coming from you.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yep.
And so, and lack of action sometimes is deafening. So, Especially I'm the bad guy though. I'm the bad guy because I'm willing to fucking talk about it, dude. You know? I'm willing to fucking see this thing. I don't care.
Fucking the gun law guru. I saw a video the other day.
What?
He said I had to block a troll for the first time, and I was waiting to hear a message from G.O.A saying you got blocked.
No, that's the fuck. So
it's like I was hoping because that'd been fucking hilarious. It's the thing. It's
he knows better.
That's the thing though. Is fucking people are on here hating, right? on both channels, both on here on the Shootingthepooppodcast, podcast, on the fucking Terribly Tactical channel. They're probably over on the TerriblyTacticalChannel channel. They ain't showed up in the fucking Twitch streams yet, right? But they should. But
links in the description box below.
They think they're bothering us.
Right.
They think we're mad.
Right. You're just giving us more content.
But do you know how hard I laugh at that shit? Shit's hilarious.
I don't
give a fuck. Who the fuck are you?
Right, but even at the same time, even more so.
Any bearing on my life? Suck my dick.
But this is the thing, though. That's what's even more funnier than that is who the fuck are we? Like that's why are you mad, bro? If we're such fucking pieces of shit and got nothing going on and we have no whatever the like, why are you?
This is the most existence I have is this channel. Look at the subscriber count, motherfucker. Okay, like what?
Like, why does your ass hurt so much if we're just pathetic pieces of existence?
I ain't even got a job. You're talking shit about my job.
Talking shit about the job he doesn't even have, dude. It's rough out here, dude. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get the money for the rent. There's a phrase for that.
Yeah.
But Gianni's not here. The fucking shout out to the homie. But the fucking also I hear Kenny's super pissed. Starting it all here. But the fucking but yeah, dude, the chance that he actually watches it, dude.
So sure we're already great, like though. Over an hour.
It would be great though, because what if he does though? Just filtering through just to make sure that nothing was said about anybody. You know?
Talking all this shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. We just have to, and that's why we got so many haters. But this is the thing though.
Whatever, dude.
Fuck him.
Take it. Dude.
Fuck him, dude. Fuck Freedom Steele.
Hate some more
from fucking. He's the gun law guru. He's the fucking.
He's Illinois' gun law guru.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he is, dude. Yeah.
But can't even talk about.
My 1022.
Can't even say nothing about the largest pro-gun event.
Didn't say a damn
state of
Illinois. Well, you saw the other thing about the fucking largest pro-gun thing, and the fucking clearly, Mr. Copper Bopper or whoever the fuck that was is not pro-gun. He says he's gonna kick my door first, dude. Yeah. And I promptly reminded him that. I don't care.
Yeah.
So like, come and see me, bitch. But you know, and I don't want that. No. But like, bear in mind, you though, that like, if you are acting in a tyrannical manner,
anybody that kicks in my door,
you're getting treated the same, dude. You're getting treated the same, dude. I don't know that you're screaming that you're somebody. Yeah. I don't know who the fuck you are. Anybody could scream that. I could go kick somebody's door and scream.
I'm the FBI. It don't matter.
Right, and I am a female body inspector, so ladies, come and see me, dude. I'll check you out, and I'll sign it off, and you get your emissions passed, and then you fucking, you know. But either way, listen, dude, they'll pull you over. But
I don't want to test those emissions, though.
Right, I didn't even think of it like that, but now that you mention it, dude, what is that, corn? But the fucking, either way, like, I can't imagine being that, like, again, I say it all the time, and I actually do truly mean it. I'm a fucking nothing nobody from nowhere.
And I'm even worse.
Like, right, I agree with that. But the fucking, like, for you to get mad at anything that comes out of my mouth or his mouth or whatever, like, it says more about you than it says about us. So, like, and we can admit that. So you lose regardless, bro. All of y'all. And that's what I don't understand about me.
All you're hurting is your own credibility.
I just don't understand it. I just have no comprehension as to how people could, like, actively, like, and it made, like, I'm not, like, a sadistic person. But, like, it does make me a little happy that, like, I just know these people. I'm ruining their day without doing anything. Yeah. Like, they're just mad.
Especially nothing specific to them.
Right. Like, are you... you're just proving my point, though, because clearly you're guilty and
all up in their dome.
Right, dude, for nothing. What I didn't even say anything.
It's like the dome we're all in right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, if you actually look at it, dude, the angle of trajectory, the Coriolis effect is bullshit. Yeah. But yeah, the fucking, it's hilarious, though. It really is. Yeah. And, like, I don't, like, that dude had to have spent some time. Because, like, I just blocked him because he was just talking shit for no reason. And, like,
the thing is, like,
if he is actually a cop, like, I don't want
he has watched at least a few videos to have gathered enough
or he knows us in
information.
person, or knows me in person,
or he knows
and which
us,
is even worse, because like if you're that
It's
much
one
of a
of the
bitch,
two.
dude, speak up, motherfucker.
It's either he knows us in person, or he's watched
Or
at least
both.
a few different fucking videos enough, and probably live streams, to know where I work and where you work.
Right. I mean, I don't hide it.
No.
I'm not hard
Neither
to find.
have I.
Which is what
I've worn the fucking
baffles me
t-shirt
the
with
most.
the fucking...
It baffles me the
branding
most
on it.
that like I'm very accessible.
Yep.
And supposedly there's all these haters, and I'm not inviting it. You know, I don't want any problems, but like,
especially not at work.
If there's gonna be smoke, dude, it's emphysema in the hookah lounge. So you know, you could die of cans. Like that just happens sometimes. But I don't. That's why I don't even pay it any mind, and it's almost lackadaisical to a point. And the same thing happens in the shop, and I try and remind myself and like the guys all the time, because like you get in there, you're hanging out with the regulars, you know, whatever. You got your head down, you're filling out paperwork. I try, and every single time I hear the door open, look up and acknowledge the person that walk in. And then also every time the range door open, because half the time it's fucking, hey, my gun's jammed, and they're flagging everybody in the store with a loaded gun. You know, so you have to like keep your wits about you. It's like I get almost lackadaisical about it, because there could be some psycho out there on the internet, somewhere in the ether, that means to do us and ours harm in some way, shape, or form. And I mean, obviously that will be met with resistance, of course, in every way, shape, or form. I think they call it violence of action or something. But the fucking like but I've never heard
all I'm saying is
I've never heard other
down, you better pull the camera.
This is all I've ever heard. This is all I've ever heard, dude.
Of course.
I've never heard, and supposedly several of these people, or at least a couple of these people, have interacted with me face to face and many times. So
of course they probably have sense talking shit.
Right.
But they're
scared as fuck, dude.
They're scared.
And again, I don't want no beef, dude. But fucking play it as it lies, dude. Put the biscuit on the patty. Yeah. Like we could have a whole beef sandwich, dude.
People
take your ass to Portillo's.
Scared of the consequences of their actions, you know.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm scared for the consequences of their lack of action, because they're all S.R.A because they didn't make the time to go to
I'm scared for their consequences of their actions. Really.
Right.
You know.
Right. But
even their consequences will probably affect us.
Well, that's the entire thing. Is like that's the whole thing about the I.Gold shit. Because overall, again, and we've talked about it and whatever, but like, it's disgusting that we go through the effort that we do.
Yep.
And in the grand scheme of things, probably all for naught, realistically. And regardless,
I think we got a good 2 million people into that fucking city.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even, dude. Fucking 10,000 people, 20,000 people out of the fucking several million of gun owners and FOID card holders in this state. And so, yes, what happened last I.Gold with fucking 1,000 people or less is not making a difference whatsoever. Nope. But it's also you motherfuckers that are saying, oh, it's not worth the time. You're an idiot for going. It's never going to change anything. It's you motherfuckers that are preventing it from having the possibility of changing anything, because you're discouraging other people from going. You're not going yourself. Whether it be because you're afraid, or you are lazy, or you really just don't give a fuck. You want to rah-rah shish kumbah from the fucking the bleachers, but you never want to get in the game, which is a lot of people, unfortunately, for one reason or another. But at the same time, though, too, having just said that, and I realize this is maybe counterintuitive or hypocritical to an extent, but like, because of just me recognizing the reality, the same thing about how like I'm probably never going to cast another federal vote in my life. It's the same principle. Like, I am just making an ass out of myself at this point. I'm costing myself time and money and stress and everything the fuck else. Now, I mean, I will fucking go to I.Gold to see Ozzy, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's very, and when the fucking organization that is promoting it, or not, they're not promoting it, is what's going on, but hosting it,
of promotion,
and completely and totally responsible for it, when that organization in and of itself is not doing anything.
She doesn't fucking
let
care.
alone absolutely everything it possibly could. It's disheartening, it's demoralizing, it's disgusting, it's disturbing, and it makes me not want to participate. That's what I'm saying.
The past couple of weeks.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
And even worse,
that's what I'm saying,
is the fucking apologists for such an organization.
Right. Well, there's always going to be that. That's the same thing for anything. Oh, well, fucking... You know, I don't care that Springfield Armory shut down half the FFLs in Illinois.
Them boots clean, boy.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
But that's the issue, though. So then, are we right or wrong? Where I think we're right and wrong regardless of what we do.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, because there is no specific determined outcome that leads to any type of prosperity, because either way we lose.
Yep.
But also, depending on the context, either way we win, because what can I do with the time and money and fucking waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and fucking doing whatever instead of going to iGold to actually make an impactful difference on either my life or the lives of people that I care about?
Everybody on stage told me that if I put my information in those letters, that I'd hear back from my representatives.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, did you get a phone call?
No.
An email?
No.
Letter in the
Not
mail?
even like a generic one that was copy pasta.
Not a single one. And I don't think I have
it's
the
only
past
been,
couple of years.
It's only been a couple weeks, though.
Yeah, I don't think I've
got to give them time.
They're
busy, infringing on every right that we have.
Yeah.
So, but also people are being
very
lazy, and not fighting for any of them.
So busy that they weren't even in their offices.
Right. You know? Well, because they were out on the floor. Where that's where we must have missed them.
Yeah,
they were going under the tunnel. We were going over it when we were trying to. There was like a convenience thing.
Really, there was two hallways, you know,
right?
And they were going down the other one.
We to the second hallway.
It was just, just the circumstances and such, you know.
But at the end of the day, though, we still showed up, did what we could, and can sleep at night because of it. Like because I don't want it to be where we invoke the Second Amendment for what it's truly meant for. I don't want that in the least bit whatsoever, and nobody really does.
No.
And if they say they do,
ready for it.
If they say, well, exactly. But on top of that, if they say they do, if they're looking for a fight, they're probably most of the time the people that are not ready for one. Not always, but most of the time. But regardless, even if that's what it's going to take, and it's going to be rough and gruff for everybody, there's a lot more that goes into it, and there's a lot more that it alters as far as your reality is concerned than you might understand. So it is an absolute last resort, but bear in mind it's Turks and Caicos, bitch. It's still a resort. So, but that's the thing, though, is people are not even willing to do all the things they possibly can do to stop it from getting there. But then even worse, when it gets there eventually, because of their lack of action and effort, they're even less prepared to deal with that situation, which that's a scary premise, because a lot of motherfuckers are going to drop quick as fuck. So a lot of motherfuckers don't even have 3 days worth of food and water in their home, because every time they flip the light switch, it turns on. So people have become far too comfortable and complacent, per usual, and that will be the downfall of society, is not having work ethic, not living hard or working hard or knowing how to if you had to. And again, I'm not running a farm on my own or fucking a huge ass garden or whatever, but like, I understand the idea that I might have to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's an issue, dude. Americans, out of everybody, probably have it the easiest overall. Even our fucking homeless, quote unquote, have cell phones, internet access, fucking, whatever. So, and it's nuts. There's a lot of people living off the government, abusing the system. Our tax dollars are being fraudulently laundered through Ukraine back into politicians' pockets. There's so much corruption everywhere you look, and it seems impossible to combat, but that's what they want you to think. All you have to do is hold these people accountable, and regardless of the measure that may entitle, it's the idea that you're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it. So, teacher, leave those kids alone. More relevant today than has ever been.
Yeah.
So, like, you are the driver in your vehicle that is taking you down the path, the journey of life. You can make as many pit stops as you want or need, but if you're on the road going in a direction, make sure it's the fucking right one, because they're trying to ban gasoline and everything else. So, like, you might just run out of fuel and be a hell of a hike back once you figure it out. So, the idea that everybody is so dependent on the system, the idea that everybody is so trusting of the system and the powers that should not be, the idea that people think that they're armed merely because they own a firearm for some reason, they got a fucking box of ammo, they've shot it once, maybe not, if at all, ever, it's not sighted in the fucking what any number of fucking bullshit FUD nonsense, and the fucking, like, the majority of people are so far from being actually prepared for anything, let alone the people like us that are conscientious of what's going on. And you can't be ready for everything by any means. Like, fuck, dude. We get hit with an EMP right now. There goes this device, my fucking dot, my light, my truck, my fucking So you can't put a Faraday cage around your daily driver. So
You can.
to an extent. I don't know if it would actually work. I've seen the videos.
Build a big ass Faraday
I've
cage
seen the
in your
videos.
garage, dude.
Yeah, but if you're out driving, like if I'm here right now, so, but like either way, not getting on a rant too much, like the idea that people are not self-sufficient because they've been led to believe that they don't need to be, has been by design, because now you are dependent on the system, on the powers that should not be, for merely existing, let alone the actual functions that government are supposed to adhere to and take care of and be obliged to participate in, which is basically upholding and maintaining your rights, which laughable, and fucking fixing the roads, bitch, and fucking USPS and fucking that kind of shit. Like,
so I don't know what the fuck just happened.
are we still going?
We're going.
Are we still able to rescue the other part of the pod?
I don't know. They'll know before we do. In their eyes, at least.
It's fucked up.
Really fucked up.
Because legit, not only, it's not storming that I know of. And I was legitimately on one of my terribly tactical tirades per usual, but like, it's shit that they wouldn't want you to hear, and it's just all too convenient that seriously, it's legitimately creepy. Like, I hope that I'm tripping and it's not what I think it to be because it looks the way that it is, but it's anytime, and it happens on my shit, it happens here, it happens all the time. Anytime that there's anything actually serious getting discussed, anything they don't want you to hear, not that we have that many ears listening, but shout out to all y'all that are. There's some weird, funky computer shit that happens, and legitimately, I've never seen it before. This is a brand new fucking compute build that he's got.
And it's just completely
the entire compute, all 3 monitors, and the camera fucking just cut, like, legitimately right in the heat of the moment while I'm fucking talking about some shit. And it's just
the monitors
weird.
didn't even shut off. They didn't lose power, nor did the camera.
Everything they went blank, power. Though. They all went
black. They maintained power, but the computer completely lost power. Everything gone.
It's just weird, dude.
Randomly,
just weird shit. And like, it could be all just a coinkydink, but it's all too convenient.
All too much of a coinkydink, dude.
Each and every time. It's weird, man. But hi, if you're watching, motherfuckers. We expect you to be. That's why we do this. We're not hiding anything. But like legitimately, dude, like it's weird. It's very weird. It's very weird, and it is all too convenient all the time. And again, it could just be because fucking whatever random bullshit reason, but it's very consistent. It's conspicuously consistent.
Now, if this would have happened like last week, I would have understood a lot more, because I was having power issues in the home, I don't know if we talked about it or not. We talked about it, mentioned it on the pod or the live stream, but that was fun. But that's been solved now.
But even that could have been suspect, dude.
Yeah.
Who knows? Especially if fucking ComEd themselves realized it. When the fuck have they realized anything? When they know
that's
about
what I'm
shit,
saying. I was fucking
they're
shocked.
late by fucking 18 hours to get to the call anyway, dude.
Yeah.
And they know about it. You called it in. So it's weird. There's just a lot of weird shit going on, dude. There's like some flower vans outside or something, and like it's not prom and nobody died.
We were talking about it the other day about the fucking coyotes. Should have been hearing all the time.
Yeah, the Windus.
Coyotes, dude.
The Windus, dude. Maybe it's a government fucking experimental Windus. That's how they get you every time.
That whistle is still unexplained, dude. Sus.
There's a lot of things that are sus, dude. A lot of things are just sus as shit, dude.
Maybe I gotta fight off the feds and the Windus at the same time, even though they are unrelated, dude.
Hopefully the Windus would see what was going on and join forces with you, at least for the time being.
Can you imagine?
They wouldn't know what hit them, quite literally.
Literally.
Although they probably do know about that kind of Windus technology.
They created it.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like there's a lot of different angles we could look at, and I assume at this point too that
like
we've
goddamn
lost
kaleidoscope.
Absolutely
angles,
everybody.
It's fucking.
They have zero idea of what the fuck is
Especially
going on.
Especially
if we can't.
Did get the fucking video back though too.
No, we need to get the video back. We have the video, but it won't let us post it. It says like there's some kind of error or some shit.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try. So hopefully that's there. If not, none of this makes sense to you, but probably per usual, I guess. But either way, moral to the story, because I have to piss, and obviously the feds are playing fuckboy games with the computes. Make sure you live as constitutionally as you feel comfortable all the time, no matter what, regardless of what ink on paper says, good, bad, or otherwise. And realize that you are under control by the powers that should not be, and only you can prevent forest fires and also tyranny. So remember that you always have the choice, and you need to choose. Make sure you check out the Dirty Civilian YouTube channel. Make sure you check out PNW Gorilla. Make sure you check out a bunch of different people. Start learning how to live independently off of the governmental system and be more self-reliant, self-sustaining, because the less you need to depend on anyone else, the more free you actually are. And it's hard to do inside of a city. There's ways around it. But, either way, like the idea, the moral concept, the principle of taking care of you and yours because nobody else is going to do it, regardless of the promises that they make to you, is steadfast. And you have to believe in that and adhere to that. So either way, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Smash the like button, share the video, comment down below. Let us know what you think. And remember that freedom is not free. You have to fight for it all day, every day. So while you might feel like a hamster on a wheel, eventually we're going to supercharge that bitch. So we'll see you there. And until then, peace, motherfuckers.
Yeah.